Hello, everybody. It's Championship Predictions Round 7. And Sam, I'm going for a third win in a row because I beat you 11-6 last round. Bang on with Sunderland 1, Borough 0, and West Brom 1, Plymouth 0. Just go for the top teams to win their home games. Goal. So, Sam, you're up 4-2 after winning the first 4 weeks in a row. And you are up in the points 44-35. Are you feeling the heat?
Yeah, a little bit. I've not been at it in terms of the overall scores. I felt I was like very, very close to getting quite a few on the nose. I thought I like to read the games before, I like to plan it out exactly how it's going to play out. I thought I was there. I was nearly on the money and just a goal or two out on a few occasions. So not happened for me. Not happened for me in the overall game weeks, but I credit my opponent, mate, for dragging yourself back into something of a title race.
Dragging myself back in. Get involved in the comments. Drag yourself into the competition. Copy and paste. We'll have all the fixtures in the description. Give yourself 1 point for a correct outcome. 3 points if you get the score bang on. And if your prediction has 5 or more goals, you will grab yourself a bonus point. So you'll get 4 for that one. Right, Sam, you're going to be there at Home Park, co-coms for Sky TV. So make sure everyone checks that out. It's Plymouth versus Luton.
Obviously, I'm going to sit on the fence, but there is a method to my madness. Yeah, I don't think Luton are at it at all, really, at the moment, despite the last 2 victories coming in quite scrappy fashion. So I'm going to predict it's going to continue, but I think Argyle showed a lot more at the Hawthorns. I thought for periods they were very good and obviously had a number of opportunities on West Brom's goal. So for that reason, I'm getting it in early, playing the 1-1.
Always get the 1-1 in early. I quite like the 1-1, Sam, but I can't take it. So I'll go for a decisive result, and let's just be very boring and plain about this. It's a recent League One team against a recent Premier League team, albeit 2 seasons for one and 1 season for the other. So I'll back Luton then, being you've taken the draw. They've only won by 1 in the last 2 games. So let's give Plymouth a goal, and we will go Plymouth 1, Luton 2. Blackburn versus QPR. I'm finding it hard to back against Blackburn at the moment, Sam. They got the 0-0, didn't they, against Preston. I think I'm going to back them to beat your boys QPR, Sam. And in very John Eustace fashion, with a clean sheet, let's go Blackburn 1, QPR 0.
Yeah, that's what I had.
Scribble.
In true keeping with this prediction show, I will just add one on for both. 2-1 Blackburn.
And you are up next, Sam. Paul Warren bloody loves Norwich as well. Derby versus Norwich.
I will go for Derby's run to end at Pride Park. I think Derby obviously been very good. They rode their luck in certainly the Middlesbrough game, which they won. I think they've won to 0 on 3 occasions, haven't they? But I'm going to go for Norwich to be feeling much better about things after that thumping win. I'm going to go for Norwich to win at Derby by 2-1.
Yeah, it feels like an entertaining one because Norwich are going to circulate the ball and then Derby are going to try and run all over them. I don't see the run ending, but I do see Norwich getting something. So I might add on 1 to your score and go for an early Desmond on this one, Sam. Derby 2, Norwich 2. Sheffield Wednesday v West Brom. Are West Brom just going to keep winning? I think they might drop points here, but I don't think they'll lose. Feels like, no, we're not that draw heavy. We've only had 1 each so far. So I'm going to throw in another draw here. I don't see Sheffield Wednesday winning, by the way. I'll go 1-1 on this one. Play it safe. Wednesday 1, Baggies 1.
That's what I had. Yeah. So, yeah, I just think Sheffield Wednesday were much better at Luton and will take confidence from that despite the defeat. So I'm going to have to go for it. I'm going to go for West Brom then. 2-1 away win.
And you're up first, Sam. Hull versus Cardiff. At time of recording, do us a favour, guys. We don't know who the Cardiff manager is, whether that's been announced by the time this comes out.
Well, I was guilty last week of doing too many 2-1s, and I've done 3 already. So for that reason, Cardiff aren't going to score. Hull 2, Cardiff 0.
Yeah, I've got to back Hull as well. Cardiff are in a bit of disarray. Will we see Voltable go full-on chaos? So I'm going to try and play for a bonus point here, Sam. I'll double you up with the Hull win, and I'm going to go Hull 3, Cardiff 2, which brings us to our mouthwatering matchup, Leeds versus Coventry. Coventry are struggling at the moment, but I think Leeds are going to beat them, and I think Leeds are going to get another clean sheet. I know Mark Robbins had a great record against Daniel Farker last season. I'm going to go for a very workaday, very basic Leeds 2, Coventry 0.
Yeah, my man Haji Wright's going to get one here at Ellen Road, but I can't see anything other than a Leeds win at the moment in their current guys and the way that Coventry are playing. So 3-1 to the home side.
You're up first, Sam. This is a hard one to call. Flaky Middlesbrough at the moment, and Stoke with a new manager going into his second game. Borough Stoke.
Yeah, really difficult because I think obviously in the first 45 minutes, an hour, there was obviously real signs that Stoke could be onto something good. Early days as it is. Oh, it's really tough. I'm going to go for Middlesbrough to grind out like they did on the opening day. 1-0 Middlesbrough.
I don't dislike that. I think it's a difficult one for Stoke. So I might back Borough as well. Yeah, you've taken the obvious one here, haven't you? Because Borough aren't scoring. So Borough by 1. So I'm going to have to do the boring 2-1 thing then, aren't I? Because I want them by 1 goal and you've taken the 1-0. So I'll go Borough 2, Stoke 1. Millwall versus Preston, Sam. That feels like a low-scoring home win, doesn't it? Although Preston do go at teams to start games, don't they? Maybe Preston will take the lead. Do I throw in a 1-1 here, Sam? Be a bit boring, wouldn't it? No. Let's go for the Preston to take the lead and the Levy to break. Millwall 3, Preston 1 with the hot hand Duncan Watmore.
I'm going to flip it. I'm going to go for Preston to win. I think this, to me, looks very much like a low-scoring affair. It could easily be 0-0. It could be 1-0 either way. I'm going to go for Preston North End to get it right under Hecking Bottom and Watmore to have a rare off day and just Millwall maybe feeling the effects of not having the option of Coburn. I'm going to go for it to be a narrow away win, 1-0.
And I wonder if you're going to be predicting another away win in Oxford, who are 100% at home, versus Burnley.
I am, but yeah, I mean, Oxford have been terrific, haven't they? And they continue to be so competitive in every game. So it feels a little bit harsh on them, but I'm just going to go with the squad, the quality, the time that Scott Parker's having now to get a little bit more chemistry amongst his ranks. I'm going to go for Oxford 1, Burnley 3.
Yeah, I quite like that. It does feel like if you were answering the question, who's functioning best given their resources at the moment, you'd say Oxford way better than Burnley are, but it's just a mismatch coming from Premier League last year versus League One playoff winners. So I'll go for Burnley comfortably, but this is obviously with love for Oxford. So I'll go for the two goal margin, same as you, Sam. A rare non-goal scoring day for Oxford as well. Oxford 0, Burnley 2, and I'm up first. It's just laughable, Portsmouth's fixtures, isn't it? Portsmouth versus Sheffield United, as if it hasn't been hard enough. And I think they'll lose again, Sam. I do think Pompey are going to get some points when they stop playing the entire top half of the table. But I've got to back Sheffield United and Gus Harmer in great form and a rejuvenated Chris Wilder. Let's go. You see, you've played with my head now with the 2-1s. Like it's I shouldn't do it. So I'm going to do it. Portsmouth 1, Sheffield United 2.
Yeah, I seem to be backing Portsmouth's opponents when they're away from home, and I think I've been proved right somehow on that. And I keep backing them at Fratton Park, so I'm going to do exactly the same again. I'm going to go for Portsmouth with better defensive options, becoming accustomed to what it requires in the league. Share of the spoils, 1-1.
And you are up first, Sam, with Watford versus Sunderland, with a chance for Sunderland to go back to the top of the table.
Yeah, well, they were well beaten, Watford, weren't they, at Norwich? Just 1 point from the last 3, I think. Sunderland have been really punished for that one bad 45 minutes of football at Argyle. So I wouldn't expect Lightning to strike twice away from home. Again, current form, got to go with Sunderland. I will go for a 2-0 away win.
Yeah, I'm with you, Sam. So cue up the public apology to Watford, but really like what I saw from Sunderland. Not only have they got good players, good technical players who can win in the game, but nice tactical setup against Borough. It made all the sense in the world, and it worked, more importantly. You've taken the 2-0. I'll take the 1-0. Watford 0, Sunderland 1. Which takes us to Swansea versus Bristol City. And Swansea were Parkin's pick on the podcast. So I've probably got to back Swansea here, haven't I? Liam Manning got a vital win in the Liam Manning derby against Oxford. I think the pressure's going to be back on. Let's go. Both teams to score. Swansea 3, Bristol City 1.
Yeah, I mean, on the Chicken podcast, I spoke about Swansea being a difficult nut to crack and how defensively they seem to be getting it right at the moment. I just think of Bristol City as being quite entertaining. And I think maybe that will go amiss this weekend. I haven't had one. I'm having one here. 2-2, Swansea, Bristol City, because I have no idea what the outcome of that football match is going to be.
Outstanding stuff. Get involved down there in the comments. Copy and paste all the fixtures out of the description. Get your own guesses in. My mantra on this show, Sam, is there are 2 types of people in this world. Those who make predictions and those who comment on people who make predictions. Get your own predictions in the comments, preferably before the games take place. And take me and Sam on. Anything over double figures is a good score in this. Give yourself 1 point for a correct outcome. 3 points for getting the result bob on. Give yourself a bonus point. I think Sam hasn't played for one this week. I've got a 3-2 in there somewhere. I can't even remember what game. Hull versus Cardiff. I've played for one there. Give yourself a bonus point if your match has 5 or more goals. Sam, you were saying your brain was frazzled last week, and that was the cause of your defeat. What is your excuse going to be this week if you, an ex-pro with hundreds of games and knowledge of dressing rooms, lose to this gob you know what on the internet?
Too many 2-1s. Just need to just cut 2-1 predictions out of my life, because I don't know why I'm drawn to that. I think because you go 1-0 quite often, and that's my sentiment. So I've got to roll the dice. And I
think 2-1 is the most common score in football statistically, isn't it?
Could be. Yeah. Well, maybe. There you go then. Genius.
And on that note, we'll see you. It's going to be predictions again before the check-in podcast. We're going to be early on Monday with the midweek predictions. So do check that out. Check out Sam on Sky on Friday night on Luton versus Plymouth. And we'll be back with the check-in podcast next Thursday. Thanks for watching.